Have you ever been sitting in a room full of people, everyone talking at once, and instead of jumping in, you catch yourself going quiet, almost observing the whole scene like it's a movie? Later, you replay the conversations in your head and suddenly realize things you didn't notice in the moment. The awkward pauses, the hidden tensions, the subtle jokes no one laughed at. And maybe you've wondered why your brain does this, why you feel slightly out of sync, like you're processing life on a different channel. Here's the interesting part. That feeling isn't a flaw. It's often a signal. And psychology suggests it might be pointing to something most people completely misunderstand about intelligence. The big idea: intelligence hides in unexpected places. Most people picture intelligence as speed, confidence, or having the right answer instantly. But this is where everything changes. Some of the strongest signs of an extremely high IQ don't look impressive at all on the surface. They look strange, inconvenient, and sometimes even self-sabotaging. These are the habits people tell you to stop doing without realizing they're wired deep into how your brain processes reality. Today we're breaking down why these traits exist, what psychology actually says about them, and how to turn them into an advantage instead of fighting them. The big idea is simple but powerful. Intelligence isn't about how much information your brain can store. It's about how deeply, flexibly, and efficiently it processes the world. And that kind of brain wiring creates patterns. Once you see them, your behavior suddenly makes sense. Why your brain overthinks simple decisions. If you've ever stared at a simple choice and felt your brain spiral into 10 different possibilities, you're not broken. You're running a more complex system. You might overthink what to eat, what message to send, or how to respond in a conversation. On the surface, this looks like indecision. But listen closely. Psychology shows that high IQ brains naturally simulate more possible outcomes before acting. Your prefrontal cortex runs extra scenarios, weighing long-term consequences, social impact, and hidden variables. That mental simulation costs energy and time, but the reward is better decisions over the long run. Ignore this trait and you'll feel frustrated with yourself. Understand it, and you can learn when to trust your first answer and when deeper thinking actually matters. Why repetition drains you faster than other people. Here's something people rarely talk about. If routine work drains you faster than it drains everyone else, it's not because you lack discipline. It's because your brain is wired for complexity. You might start projects with intense excitement and then feel your motivation crash once things become repetitive. This isn't laziness, it's dopamine regulation. Highly intelligent brains are more sensitive to novelty. New problems spike dopamine. Repetition drains it. That's why your mind craves challenge and learning. The danger is chasing stimulation endlessly. The reward comes when you design your work and life to stay mentally engaging instead of forcing yourself into systems that quietly exhaust you. The real reason you talk to yourself. If you've ever caught yourself narrating your thoughts or having full conversations in your head, there's a reason for that. This habit isn't strange, it's strategic. Psychology links frequent inner dialogue to advanced self-regulation. Talking to yourself helps organize thoughts, rehearse scenarios, and process emotions before they spill out. It's like having a built-in mental coach. Used intentionally, it sharpens focus and emotional control. Left unmanaged, it turns into rumination. The skill is learning to guide the conversation instead of letting it run you. Why your curiosity feels all over the place. You might jump from topic to topic in a way that confuses other people. One week it's astronomy, the next it's psychology, then ancient history, then some obscure productivity method. It can feel scattered, but here's the truth. This isn't a distraction. It's associative thinking. High intelligence often shows up as the ability to connect ideas across unrelated fields. Your brain builds wide neural networks instead of narrow ones. That's where creativity and original insight come from. The risk is feeling unfocused. The reward is seeing patterns other people miss. Feeling everything deeply while staying calm outside. Some people feel emotions loudly, others feel them deeply and quietly. If your strongest reactions happen internally while your exterior stays controlled, that's not emotional numbness. It's advanced processing. Neuroscience links this to heightened emotional sensitivity paired with strong cognitive regulation. Cortisol rises internally, but rational systems step in before you react. When unmanaged, this can feel isolating. When mastered, it becomes emotional intelligence, composure, and leadership under pressure. Why you instinctively question rules? You've probably been told you overthink rules or ask too many questions. But here's the interesting part. You're not rebelling. You're auditing logic. High IQ brains resist blind conformity because they're wired to look for consistency and reason. This trait drives innovation, progress, and independent thinking. Socially, it can create friction, but the upside is avoiding bad systems, bad advice, and bad decisions simply because everyone else follows them. The truth about your version of procrastination: your procrastination doesn't look like scrolling endlessly or doing nothing. It looks like thinking, planning, researching, and mentally rehearsing. From the outside, it looks like delay. Inside, it's preparation. Your brain is reducing uncertainty before acting. Psychology shows that this type of procrastination often leads to higher quality output as long as it eventually turns into action. The danger is staying in preparation mode forever. The power move is choosing a clear moment where execution begins no matter what. Advanced insights. Why solitude sharpens your mind. This is where things move into elite territory. Highly intelligent people don't just enjoy solitude, they require it. Alone time activates the brain's default mode network, which is responsible for reflection, insight, and long-term planning. This network has been studied at places like Harvard for its role in creativity and self-awareness. Without solitude, your mind feels noisy. With it, clarity emerges. Your ability to sit with uncertainty. Most people rush to escape confusion or discomfort. You don't. You can sit with unanswered questions longer than most. This patience allows deeper understanding to form. Stable serotonin regulation helps you resist impulsive emotional reactions. It's one of the reasons highly intelligent people thrive in complex fields. The only requirement is trusting the process instead of panicking when clarity takes time. Your unusual sleep and energy rhythms. You might notice your best thinking happens late at night or in unexpected bursts. That's not random. Highly active minds often delay melatonin release, keeping the brain alert longer. The risk is burnout. The advantage is learning how to protect sleep while still working with your natural rhythm instead of against it. Why small talk feels draining. If surface level conversation leaves you exhausted, there's a reason. Your brain craves cognitive stimulation, not social noise. Small talk drains you. Meaningful conversation energizes you. This isn't arrogance. It's mental chemistry. The skill is learning how to bridge light conversation into depth without isolating yourself socially. Final shift. Intelligence is a responsibility. Here's the reframe that changes everything. High intelligence isn't about being special. It's about responsibility. Your brain processes more, feels more, and connects more. That means you need better systems, stronger boundaries, and deeper self-understanding. When you fight your wiring, life feels harder than it needs to be. When you work with it, everything becomes clearer, calmer, and more aligned. So if you saw yourself in these behaviors, don't label them as flaws. See them as signals. Signals that your brain wants challenge, depth, and intention. Start designing your habits, your work, and your environment around how you actually think. And if this helps you understand yourself better, stay connected. Because in the next video, we're breaking down the silent habits that slowly lower intelligence over time, and almost everyone is doing at least one without realizing it.